things we chase, the things we spend our days chasing after, he said it's all vanity. Help me, Father God, it's the focus on you, Lord. Yeah. No payment options in his life of promise. Holy Scripture told the future before Nostradamus. And faith is the currency that keeps us out of bondage. Binge watching sound doctrine is how we make deposits. Witness when they recreate his image, drawing up composites. Change the color of his skin, the establishment is for profit. I used to want a chain, not for nothing, but to let the head of Jesus hang from it and be stylish. But doesn't it seem like somebody just said off with his head, like the symbol of defeat that we wear? Isn't it clear? Decapitation is to prove your opponent is dead. So what's our fascination with these golden souvenirs? None of us can identify the face of the Messiah. So we took the head of Caesar Borgia and severed hairs and wear it like a pendant, independent of fear. Complete lack of conviction, let the truth enter our ears. He said to never make an image, but we made an image. Turn the living God into a false idol and praised him with it. Ain't no Jesus piece around my neck, that piece will never reflect Yahushua HaMashiach, God's living word in the flesh. We are the image of God. Don't let the devil finesse you and paint a portrait of lies for you to take a picture next to. He can never bless you, our treasure in earthen vessels. The treasure outside of us cannot compare on any level. When the dust settle and the smoke cleared from the kettle, you will finally understand that hope you hear from the ghetto. How can the people so poor still smile and endure all this foul mistreatment, the violent taketh by force? The last shall be first, from prophecy to the present. There's a monopoly on earth to acquire God's possession. You know why it's hard for a rich man to go to heaven? Because in his mind he already there. That's the deception, for the love of money.
What price will you pay? What will you get?
For the love of money.
Or give in exchange for your soul? All the wealth you obtain won't mean nothing on that great day. Judgment's coming when you stand before God face to face. Tell me what words will you say when you squandered your life away? And you forsook His mercy and grace for man's love and praise, and all for the love of money. Your life is not a game, don't play with it. Time is almost up, don't waste it. For the love of money, for the love of money. Fame be acclaimed, don't chase it. Your soul for the gold, don't trade it. For the love of money. There's only one treasure that will last for. There's no love better. There's only one name that's worthy of praise, and only He can save.
Hey, what's good? What's good? Welcome on in, folks.
Gang, gang.
Welcome.
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Yeah, we here. I know we late, Carlos. I see you about time. We here, man. We had some not technical difficulties. I had some stuff I had to do on my end. I ain't saying no more. But we're here right now. So what is good, folks? Welcome on in. Thank you so much for pulling up on us. Who we got up in the chat right now? We got Carlos pulling up at 6:48. Always early, of course. Always early. MLM in the chat, D Wade in the chat. We got Crafty in the house. We got Melanin Empress in the house. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for
What's
being
good,
here.
sis?
Yes, yes, yes. And this Shall Speaks got mod privileges? Wow. I'm honored.
No, somebody besides Carlos and Crafty gotta watch the chat.
I know, right? Yeah. That's what's up, man. Like, shout out to the moderators, the mods. Y'all are the ones that protect the chats. You know, when we sit up here and we chit chat, right?
Exactly. Also, chat. I'm finna put somebody on the spot and he's probably about to get embarrassed. But I need everybody to put some congratulations and some hype in the chat for MLM. This is my brother. He just got married. So you can either congratulate him,
That's what I'm talking about.
you can either congratulate him, or you can send him your condolences. Whatever one you want to do.
I'm just saying. Get over here. Look. Hush, bro. Hush. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. No condolences. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the club. That's what's up. Yes. And you know what? The fact that you opened that up with this particular episode is everything.
Yes.
It's everything, bro. So
it was a decade in the making. It has been a minute.
look,
But you finally did it. We're proud of it.
I told you, I think I talked to you earlier about this. Don't feel bad. A decade.
Yes. Don't feel bad at all.
Don't feel bad, man, because it took me almost a decade, to take that leap of faith, so to speak. So don't feel bad at all. That's all good. So how's your week been this week, man? I know we didn't get a chance to really do our little small talk before we go live. I just wanted to tap in with you and make sure you were good. What's up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nah, everything's been good. By the way, hey Shell, how are you? Welcome in.
Welcome.
Week's been so far. I mean, it's been pretty good. I mean, it's been kind of slow.
Yeah.
Just still new. So not getting a lot of stuff coming my way, but I'll be happy to help out when I can. And I actually got some kudos today, so I'm gonna have to pat myself on the back for this one. Normally I don't do stuff like that.
That's what's up.
But we had a big meeting today with everybody in our division, and I got some kudos for stepping in, not really knowing what's going on, and helping the team out and everything. So that was definitely put a smile on my face.
That's cool.
And I had a meeting with Breakthrough T1D yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. This Saturday I will be participating in a diabetes walk here in my area, but they actually asked me to work one of the booths. And since I am a diabetes ambassador for Breakthrough T1D, when it comes to charity streams and everything like that,
Yeah.
I'll be working the booth and getting the kids over. They'll play. We'll have some iPads set up. They'll play like our diabetic world on Roblox and just telling the community about what we're about and our charity events and everything like that. So it's been a pretty good week so far.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. It's not often that you don't have good stuff that happens to you throughout the week. I
Right.
think that's good. Maybe I don't know, man. Maybe that's just your nature. I feel like you've always been the type of person that doesn't focus on the negative, because I know that Chat, I think I speak for us all, we all deal with negative stuff in one way, shape, or form. But you can choose whether you wanted to let it affect you or not, or whether you just want to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit up here and appreciate what's good going on in my life right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that when I left work earlier. I was getting ready to pull out into the highway, and I was just thanking God. I was like, you know what, how many of you can relate? It's been things that you've prayed about, but it don't happen like right away. You know what I'm saying? Like we've all been there. We've all prayed about some things that, just has not come to pass. You've been praying for a year, 3 years, 4 or 5 years, and still believing that God is gonna be faithful with that. But I was like, you know what? Instead of focusing on what hasn't come to pass yet, I'm just gonna focus on what has come to pass already, and
Amen to that one.
what comes to pass every single day. And I got a lot to be grateful for. I really do. I literally, my lifestyle literally is based on faith. Man, I walk by faith because I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, and He always brings opportunities my way. I know, like I said, for business, it's been pretty decent for me. I remember earlier on in my career, I used to get worried a little bit because I just didn't know how things were going to turn out, or whether it was going to get better. But then I learned to just let it go and appreciate the seasons that I'm in. Appreciate my busy seasons because that's when I make my money, of course. But
Right.
appreciate my slow seasons too, so I can spend time with my family, spend time with my kids, and still be able to like pay my bills and live decently, I'd say. So God is good, man. But for me, it's been busy
All the time.
all the time, man. It's been busy for me this week, the past couple of weeks, all of September, and for the foreseeable future too. It's really about to get busy.
Yeah.
It's really about to get busy. We had a team.
Especially,
Look,
especially with Thanksgiving coming around the corner.
oh yeah, man, it's about to get super busy, man. So busy,
Oh,
dude.
that is hilarious.
Yeah, man. I'm blessed, brother. Like I got nothing to complain about. I wish I had a little bit more time though to just kind of do some miscellaneous things like play some video games here and there. I haven't been I told you earlier, I haven't been playing video games as much. Either because I'm just not home, or when I'm home, I'm tired
Yeah.
and I don't want to do nothing. I just want to chill and
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
anime or something like that. Something that don't require me thinking, thinking like a video game.
That's when you pop in one of those racing games. You ain't got to think on racing games. Just drive.
That's a good idea. I got some. That's a great idea, actually. Because you know me, man. If I play Street Fighter, oh yeah, I gotta think playing Street Fighter. I gotta think playing Fortnite. But I got a couple of Need for Speed games that I bought a while back
Yeah.
on sale. Like they were on sale on PlayStation Network for it was like a Christmas sale, like a holiday sale, like $2.99, $3.99, and I bought like 3 or 4 of them. So I really need to go play some of that. I'm glad you said something about that.
See? I'm using my kidneys up here.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Yeah.
So, chat, how was y'all's week? Let us know
Yes, we want to know.
on a scale of 1 to I'm about to burn the place down.
Ooh. Don't do that. You gotta have somewhere to lay your head down now. You got speaking of burning something down. So I got 2 clients. They're husband and wife, and the husband always complains about their mattress, like the mattress like crappy. And I know how a crappy mattress is. I just got rid of one earlier this year. And I saw him yesterday. He looked like somebody had beat him with a baseball bat because his back was all bent out of shape. So today, I'm talking to his wife, and she's like, yeah, we need to get a new mattress, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to burn the mattress. I'm like, you gonna burn the mattress? I'm like, do you know, like, this is a king-size mattress, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So you going to burn the mattress? I'm like, that's going to be, like, hazardous as a mug. I said, just... put it next to the dumpster. Some homeless folks might come pick it up. And she's like, no, I don't want anybody else to suffer on it. So I got to, like, do this for the greater good. I'm like, oh, burn it then.
Not the greater good.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do what you got to do if you feel like that.
You got to.
Go ahead and save us all if that's what you're really trying to do.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but we would
That
love to
is
hear.
hilarious.
We'd love to hear how y'all's week has been. I know it's hump day. Usually this is the time of the week that you're either tired or you're either just over it. So Carlos says if a mattress is bad, get a new one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. MLM says
-1.
-1. Got back from a honeymoon Saturday. Dropped the wife off at work for the work trip on Sunday. Came down with COVID. That night.
Oh my goodness,
Man, sorry to hear that.
yeah, bro. I hope you feel better, for sure.
I know that the boss said my boss. I was talking to him yesterday. He told me he had caught COVID last October of last year, right?
Hmm.
And he's just now getting back to normal. And
Wow.
I'm like, dang man, like a year. Now he is kind of like up there in age. I don't know how old he is exactly, but I think he might be like he got to be getting close to 60. So the older you get, it is what it is.
Hmm.
Crafty
Right.
said the week is going. I would like to know what you mean by that. The week is going. You don't seem like you had a bad week at all. She been busy. She been making projects and
Really?
business. Yeah, she been busy.
Okay. Getting that moolah, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look, you better seize the moment. But hey, here's get a link and put that thing in the chat. Shameless plug. So if anybody out
Yep.
there, all right. So Crafty is my wife. If you didn't know, I'm sure you probably should at this point. She makes handmade items, t-shirts, coffee mugs, tumbler cups, keychains, you name it. She can do anything. We got a lot of equipment. I bought a lot of stuff for Christmas just so she can, do her thing, and she's been utilizing it to the fullest. So if there's anybody out there that is interested, whenever she puts her link in the chat, go visit her shop and check out what she's got to offer. She made this shirt right here.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I made the design. For those of you who didn't know, this is my brand right here, Team DM Results. So because we get results, no matter what. So
Yeah.
I made the design. She printed it on the shirt. So it's kind of a team effort. So Crafty says business is going and working out is tough. Yeah, and it's gonna keep being tough. It's gonna keep being tough.
Especially when you got a husband that's
Yeah.
a bodybuilder.
Right. Right. Yeah, she thinking, you ever gonna take it easy? Like, we don't take it easy, man. We go hard. Carla says 5 to 8 still dealing with the consequences of a bad decision. Wife got back to work this week, so we're readjusting. Okay. I got a client whose wife who just went back to work after, I want to say probably about close to 10 plus years
Oh wow.
of not working. And she didn't go back to work because they need the money. She's going back to work because she's bored. She got nothing to do.
That makes sense.
So the way he told it was they had their first couple of kids, they had them back to back. And both of them are in college now. So they had these kids back to back, and because it was too expensive to put them both in daycare, it was actually cheaper for her to just stay home.
Right.
So she stayed home and went and just took care of the kids, and it just, I guess she just kind of got used to being home, and that was just what she did. So, but they had made a decision for her to, go back to work, do a little something to keep her busy. Yeah, Crafty, I can't really see you being home, like doing nothing. You always, this girl been working since she was 16 years old. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, workforce one-on-ones. So, as you can see, we're making references here to like marriage. Okay, I've just told y'all about a couple of married couples, and I'm married, Beard is married. Feels like we're all married here. So now, if you are married, okay, put a 1 in the chat. If you're not married, put a 0 in the chat. You don't have to say why you're not married. Just a little bit of fun engagement. If you're married, put a 1 in the chat. If you're not, go ahead and throw that 0 in there. So I would love to see that right there. So I will. Okay, we got Bearded there. Let me go ahead and put a 1 in the chat for me too, because I count. I count. All right. Yeah, that's right. All right. So today's subject is it actually came from something what happened to my Discord? There we go. Sorry, folks. We had disappeared for a little bit. Can't knock that tab out. I'm trying to get back to the chat. There it is right there. So today's topic came from a video that I saw about a week ago. And this is not a new subject, by the way. This is actually something that I've been like really, really looking at a lot for a while now. And we don't have the clip, but usually, we need to do better about that. Usually we'll have like a clip or something for y'all to watch. But we kind of fell off with with doing that right there. So, but I promise you, we'll get better about that. Because we really want context, and it's one thing to explain what we've seen, but it's another thing for y'all to sit down and watch it, and to draw your own conclusion based on what you see in the video. So, but it was a video by the R&B artist Omarion, and if you don't know who he is, maybe you remember the group B2K from like the early 2000s, mid 2000s or whatever, and he kind of just spawned off, did his own thing. The rest of them kind of, I don't know, fell in the dip and some other scandals and stuff. So who knows? But he made a video talking about why he didn't think that marriage was, because I keep hearing this word beneficial. Like I keep hearing that marriage is not beneficial to a man, and it just kind of like got my gears turning. Like it's one thing to say you don't want to get married, but it's another thing to say I want to get married, but it's not beneficial, so I'm not going to get married. Right. And I kind of feel like that's where like a lot of these because they're coming out on social media now, talking about it on podcasts and stuff, as far as like why men are just simply not getting married, or have the desire to get married.
Right. I just put the link in the chat if y'all want to go check that clip out, because it's maybe 2-3 minutes long, something like that.
Yeah, there it is. If y'all want to go check it out, it's right there. But yeah, so I thought that this would make for a great conversation to talk about, since we are men and we have made that decision to get married. So, but before we try to like attack this subject, because I don't think we'll ever really be able to answer it in its entirety, because there's just so many men in the world that have their own perspective. But what we can do is give our take as far as why we think it is. So, but before we do that, let me ask you a question, my man. What made you want to take that step and get married?
Because, as the good book says in Songs of Solomon, I have found the one out of whom I love. Mrs. Bearded, she was definitely a godsend. Because honestly, after my last relationship, I was just gonna chill, just do me, stack my money up, and whenever that time came, I'd be fully prepared. And sure enough, God blessed me with a wonderful woman, and who is now my wife. So, and it did not take me long to realize, okay, this is the woman that God put in my life. So, just went ahead and took that step.
How long were you guys together before you got married?
A year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's interesting. I say that because you can't really pinpoint the perfect time. Because some people say you should wait X amount of years or whatever the case may be. You don't really know like the situation. You don't know the heart of these two people. And if you feel like it's from God, then you definitely have, you made the right decision. It's like with me, I proposed to Crafty at 6 months into our relationship. So it was like 6 months in, and I was 18 years old, and she was 19. And I asked her. I remember where I did it and everything. I did it like we were at my in the front yard of my grandmother's house, and we were sitting in the car. And I think Crafty, I mean, I'm sure you remember, we were like either coming back from like the fair, like the fair it was fair season, or going to the fair, but I don't remember. I think we were coming back. I'm not sure. But I proposed to her like right there in the car, and she said, because it wasn't nothing fancy, nothing like on TV. I didn't do the knee thing, and I don't have anything against that. That's just not what I did. We didn't do anything traditionally, if I'm being honest. But she said, yeah, and ever since then, we kept that to ourselves. Like we didn't really like open up and tell people, hey, we're about to get married, blah, blah, blah. People probably would have thought we were crazy because, it's like, y'all only been together for 6 months. What are you thinking? You're kids, you just got out of high school, you don't know what the heck you want. And there's an old saying that says, the heart wants what it wants.
Right.
And earlier, MLM just said, he just got married, but it took him 10 years. It took me 8. It took me 8 years to decide that was what I wanted to do. 8 years. So, and I know there's a lot of people who, especially who are vouch for the side of the woman, like, why are you making her wait so long? To get married. Even though those questions never really came to me, I've heard it asked to other people, like, why are you waiting so long? What's the hold up and stuff? And, I could tell a whole story as to why, but that's not really why, we're here right now, But just know it took 8 years for me to, like, decide, like, this is the one for me. And we went ahead and, made that decision to tie the knot. But I would literally have to say my legitimate reason for getting married is similar to what you just said, too. In the Bible says, a man should leave his mother and father and cling to his wife. That shall be one flesh. And he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And, me being a believer in Christ, I believe in living a life of order. And I think that starts with your home. So you want your relationship blessed, you want your home blessed, then you have to do things in the order that God has ordained. And marriage is at the top of that list.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people tend to think that marriage is outdated and that people just ain't doing it no more. And I don't know where this data is coming from or where they're getting this information, because there's still plenty of people that still very much believe in marriage and that are still getting married. But I guess like the question that, and chat, we would love to hear from y'all as well tonight. We love when y'all engage. But no pressure, by the way, but why are men really not wanting to get married? Or is it a particular type of man? Because it's sounding like celebrities are very voiceful about this stuff, like celebrity men, which obviously means they got money, or men of some sort of like high status. I mean, what do you think?
Well, you said celebrity, men of high status. I honestly feel like they just haven't found the right one yet, so to speak. You got that, but you also have maybe there's some trauma from past relationships, and they just don't want to get into another relationship that's and feel that trauma building back up. Because I know that can definitely happen. I had something
Yeah.
else too.
Those are some good reasons though. Like
Yeah,
that fear of reoccurring problems happening again with
yeah,
previous relationships. But again, that's still not really fair, to like enter a whole nother relationship thinking about what happened to you previously. Because I remember one time there was a guy who was like who would always cheat because he didn't want to get cheated on. So to avoid getting cheated on, he would cheat. Or I guess to avoid the pain of potentially getting cheated on, he would cheat. And that was like something that he did. You know what I'm saying? And there was another fellow I had that somebody told me about who you know what polygamy is, right? He practiced polygamy because he had got cheated on, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna like do polygamy, just to kind of protect myself,
yeah,
just in case something happens. Which I'm like, damn, this is all just freaking wicked, man. In my opinion, like, how do you even get two women to agree with that? Is my question. Like, how did you get them to agree to that?
because they had to be. They obviously they had to be in the same mindset as well. Because that's the only way I can see it happening.
Yeah, yeah. They interviewed this fellow and this guy, and it was interesting sitting there listening to the three of them talk. And
Hmm.
of course, a lot of the questions went to the women, like, are you jealous or do you feel some type of way? And I don't know. Somehow they've like managed to like separate their feelings, which kind of led me to think there's more to this. Like
Yeah,
this guy he
bro.
gotta have money or something, man.
I couldn't do it because in my mind I'm like, all right, I gotta sleep with my one wife this day, gotta sleep with the other wife this day. I mean, you know, there's got to be some
No,
kind of structure or something.
or I don't know, man. Might be the same day. So,
I mean, my man got stamina.
like, hey, man, this one don't want to wait till tomorrow. What you gonna do?
Gotta get
So,
on that horse and ride it,
right.
buddy.
But I'm just, let's stop. we ain't, we teetering the fence now. We're just speaking facts, man. This is reality. This is stuff like this really happens. So. but my point is that the we're looking for the reasons as to why men say that marriage just isn't beneficial. Now, the ones I find that say that are it's like they're almost counting on their relationship to fail. Like, I don't know, let's just say you take somebody that's got a lot of money, a lot of assets and stuff, and they're like, I want to be with a woman, but I don't want to get married.
Yeah,
So, and I think a lot of times the women stay with these men because, people would often say, why are you still with a man that don't want to marry you when you want to get married? But this man got money, he got all this other stuff, and he can kind of like, utilize that
yeah,
as
he
like a,
takes care of me. Yeah,
yeah, he can utilize that. And I've seen it happen. They can utilize it as kind of like a pacifier for the most part.
yeah,
Like, yeah, let me buy her this and buy her that, give her money. The agreement is I'll do what you want if you won't get married.
yeah. Now I will say this, and no shade to the women at all, but I feel like some men don't get married because if they end up divorcing, the wife is gonna get half of what half of everything. So
Yeah.
that could be another reason. And again, like I said, no shade to the women. That's normally what happens.
When you marry the wrong
So
person.
right when you marry the wrong person. So
I mean, that's the only thing I can really think of. Like, there's too many people that the divorce rate is over 70% in America. Well over 70. It's high.
it's going up.
It's over 70%. Yes. It's probably higher than that now. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's just like, you can't tell me that people are not marrying the wrong way. Like, I feel like so many people, You know, they go with their heart instead of like the logic of the person that
Mm-hmm.
they're with or they want to get married. Like they're putting themselves in positions to where they found something about a partner and they like, you
Right.
know what, I'm gonna sink my teeth into that and I'm just gonna roll with it. And we just screw it. We just gonna go ahead and get married.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't think about nothing else a little bit later down the line. And then, you know, you start to realize, I really don't like this person. You know, when you take intimacy out of the picture, you really got to look at the person that you with and say, like, what is it about this person that I actually like and that I
Yep.
actually enjoy? And if you can't find that outside of intimacy, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It never works, which is why so many marriages fail because number one, a lot of them don't put God first,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and number two, the foundation is always shaky,
Right.
you
Right.
know.
Just like Carlos just said, some people marry to not be alone without considering who the person is. And I feel like that I know some people like that. Not that they are married right now, but when it came to dating, they hated to be alone.
Yes,
Absolutely hated it.
yeah,
So I mean, if you're the type of person that hates to be alone, then yes, you're gonna bring that into your marriage. And then what if you realize that you don't like this person?
yeah,
Then I mean, the Bible teaches about divorce, and the only way you can divorce someone is infidelity.
right,
So that's the only way you can really get out of it if you are, you know, of the biblical belief. Um, because even they say if you're well, no, I take that back. Another soapbox. And abuse. Yes, they do leave because of abuse as well. Big Mama, welcome in. Sis, how are you doing? Thank you so much for that follow.
yeah.
How
Thank
is
you.
your Wednesday?
Yeah, appreciate you. Thanks for pulling up on this today. Yes, yes, I definitely I agree with that. You know, abuse. You know, that's a part of it too. You know, you can't just sit around letting somebody beat you till you're black and blue, of
Right.
course. But yeah, I feel that people get married not knowing that a relationship needs work, and both people have to put in the effort. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes,
Look,
yes.
I get so tired of hearing this 50-50 stuff.
Oh no.
I hate hearing about 50-50 stuff. Because it's never going to be 50-50. It's never going to be 100-100. Because there are going to be times where I feel the whole 90 and the wife going to be the whole 10. And vice versa. So,
Right.
yeah. The 50-50 never works.
No, you got to pull your weight like 100% to make that work. Seriously, like, and it just kind of makes you wonder, like, you know, do you think that men don't want to get married because they don't want to put that type of work in, or
Mm.
or is there some sort of fear factor in the? You
Mm.
know, I'm just saying because we've been married for 12 years, and you know, marriage is it's way harder than people can imagine. Like somebody sent me a message today because they saw, you know, me and my wife, you know, we do little cute stuff here and there on social media, and
Yeah.
she was like, "I love y'all's energy and how y'all love each other physically, mentally, and spiritually." And I told her, I said, "Well, if I'm being honest, you know, it wasn't always like this. Like we
Hmm.
went through some like rough patches earlier in our relationship, and it really wasn't until we both started, you know, yielding to God, putting Him first, so we could, you know, come together as a union and do the things in which, you know, we need to do, you know, for one another and for Him as well. But I think there's a lot of people who you said if they are a part of biblical principles that just don't practice biblical
Yeah.
principles, and I feel like the divorce rate would not be 70 plus percent if people really did practice biblical principles, like for real.
Yeah.
And not just, oh, we're married, we just sleep together and you cook, I work. Like, nah, man, like it's so much more to it than that. It really is. But what you said kind of I heard reiterated in a way when you said when a divorce does happen, because men are saying that it's not beneficial to get married anymore. And I think the only men that are saying that just simply don't believe in either being faithful, or they don't believe in marriage altogether. If you think that it's all going to come crashing down in divorce in the first place.
Yeah.
Because the first thing they're thinking is like, if I get married, I'm gonna lose everything. Why is that that's an even deeper question. Why is that the first thing that a man thinks when he thinks of marriage? I don't want to lose everything.
Because he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to start over. If he's worked so hard to get to where he's at and then he loses it, then it's one of those things like, I really don't want to start back over.
Yeah. I mean, I get that part, but then why are you with somebody that you feel that way about?
That's an even deeper question.
You're in a relationship, with a woman, and, y'all together, and she wants to get married, but, you may not want to do it. You feel me? And then all of a sudden, she just is asking why. And I just would love to hear that answer.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think the right thing to do is to just let her go? Like, to a man who wants to marry her?
Yeah, you would think. You would definitely think. It's got to be a psychological thing.
I would say so.
Like,
Mom Empress says, sadly, too many people teach their daughters that they must have a man. Like they aren't able to care for themselves. It's better to be alone than to marry just for the sake of being married. I agree.
Very agree.
This isn't like the old days. Back in the biblical times, like, yeah, they basically raised their daughters to be dependent on a man, back then. But now it's like, the world that we live in right now, women are perfectly capable of taking care of themselves. For sure.
Yep.
Sounds like that type of man doesn't value the person they are. Yes. And I think that's a conversation that absolutely needs to be had right there, because I don't know, when I hear men talk like this, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I take offense to it, because I'm a married man. I believe in marriage. I know I made the right decision. And another reason that a lot of men probably don't want to get married is because they don't think that they can, like, control themselves, maybe. As far as, like, just, looking at other women, flirting with other women, sleeping with other women. There's men out there who really don't express a lot of self-control, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I made that, I'm just going to be honest. She's here. I don't care. She knows. My wife knows everything about me, and she knows how I was. So when I decided to get married, I deleted numbers. I cut people off, blocking, social media, unfriending, all that stuff. I said I want to be for her.
Right.
I don't want to be flirting. I don't want to be doing this and doing that. This is the one for me, and I'm going before God, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I remember like having that thought cross my mind. Like, you do realize, like, when you do this, like, there's no turning back. There's no do-overs. You've
Till
made
death do you part.
you're sealed in. All while still like, cause you kind of like, I don't know, like some people think that the person that they're supposed to marry is supposed to be perfect or something. You start, coming across stuff like, is she this? Is she that? Is she gonna do this? Is she gonna do that? Is she perfect? Blah blah blah. I'm like, well, how about I take a look in the mirror and am I perfect? Like, am I gonna be able to be reliable all the time? And I just kind of came to this realization, like, she's not perfect, and neither am I.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make this work.
Right. Exactly.
You feel me? We're gonna make this work. And that's how we feel. Like, we're happily married. I wouldn't change it for anything. I just wouldn't.
Amen to that.
I wouldn't change it, man. So you stopped playing games completely, and you were ready. Right. Stop
Ready to
playing.
grow up.
Yeah, and I think that it's a lot of men out here that don't want to admit that they are not ready to grow up. Like, it's not your bank account ain't got nothing to do with them hearts. Your bank account has nothing to do with your masculinity. Like, you could be a millionaire but still act like you 20. Not being able to control yourself, not being able to like commit yourself. Real men commit themselves to one woman.
No matter what their status is.
No matter what your status is, whether you're rich, whether you're wealthy, whether you're famous, if you can't commit to one woman, you are not a man. Period, point blank. And if you don't want to get married, marriage is the ultimate commitment. How can you trust a man who is afraid of the ultimate commitment? So if he's afraid of the ultimate commitment, what else? What can he possibly commit to?
Yep.
What could he possibly offer you? What could he possibly commit if he can't commit to the ultimate commitment? Nothing. That's why there are boys and a man. Yes, it's a lot of
boys in a man's world. Yep.
Yes, it's a
A
lot
lot of boys.
It's a lot of dudes that's like 40, 45, 50 years old, can't control themselves, and it's stupid. It's just dumb. And I've been seeing like so many, and I know our channel's small, our podcast is small, but we're growing, you feel me? We're getting up there. And our voice is only so large, but there's so many people with podcasts out here that talk about this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to justify marriage being outdated. Like, I've seen, there's like an attack on marriage, first of all. Like, oh, it's just a piece of paper. Oh, it's not really important. No one's doing it anymore. You don't have to do that. I'm like, okay, look. If you want to, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Look, if you wanna live in sin and feel the wrath of God, go right ahead and live that way. Cause I'm not doing it.
Cause don't reach for me when we get to them pearly gates.
Look, I'm like, hey, I tried to tell you. We tried to tell you. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you living together, you doing stuff that married people do, and you gonna pay for it.
Oh man, that's another topic for another day.
No, man, hey,
why do people in relationships act like married couples when they're not married?
That's gonna make a lot of people mad. You know that. That's that. You know what? I'm saying it now.
Oh,
I'm saying
man.
it now. Like, this is gonna be one of them episodes that has part 1 of 1, part 2 of 2.
Right.
That's gonna be part 2 of 2 right there. Why y'all doing stuff that married people do? Why y'all buying houses and you not married? I done seen situations like that. Couples buy a house together, unless they get on social media, they take the picture with the big key, all happy and stuff, and then they're together for a little while, and then he makes her mad because usually it's in her name, and she kicks him out. And now he's in a 1-bed studio. Why you do stuff like that? Buying cars,
Oh man, I've seen that way too many times. Way too many times.
Dude.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Dude. Those who think it's just a piece of paper have the wrong mindset. I remember Mama Express. So I remember I was watching something like a long time ago. You know, there's some interesting characters on YouTube, and if you give somebody a camera and a mic, you've given them a platform. And sometimes some fools have access to platforms. And I remember there was somebody that I came across that tried to say, well, where was the piece of paper that Adam and Eve had? Like, where was the marriage license? They didn't have a marriage license back then. I'm like, they didn't need a marriage license because God ordained them to be married, like right then and there. He said, take your wife, man. That's just that. The problem with people is that culture calls here in the United States for you to have that piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's the land, it's the law of the land here. And that's what God ordains. Now, if you let's just say, I don't know, you live in Congo or something, okay? And y'all get married out on the beach and in the trees and with apes and stuff out there. And that's just what it is. God's gonna honor that. So don't play stupid like you don't know what part of the world you live on. Okay? It's not just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
The paper's irrelevant, but you gotta have that.
Yep. M says we bought a house before we got married, before those interest rates got
man.
That is very true. I've looked to this day. I wish I would still did it before I got married.
Oh man.
But you know, life is life.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Right. But you know, we all do things like, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect. We had kids out of wedlock, so I get it. I mean, that to me, that's up there with buying a house with somebody that you're not married to. Well, to me, it's actually a lot more serious, in my opinion. You know, creating a whole nother life outside of marriage. But you know, you live and you learn, you make mistakes, and we didn't have any more children. We didn't have any more kids. We made the decision to not have any more kids until after we got married. So you know that once we got married, because it's weird, because the thing is, we were trying to have another child before we got married, and we just couldn't. So we had got to this point of just like kind of giving up on it. So we got married, and then lo and behold, like probably 9 to 10 months after that, I don't know, something like that, then we found out about my middle son. So, you know, I don't know whether that was what did it or what.
Yeah.
Getting married, maybe that was. That was the first blessing of our marriage. So,
yeah.
But I think that a lot of men are paying too much attention to social media and, you know, what they see in culture and stuff like that, and it's kind of swaying them to feel the way that they do. Like, oh, you know, yeah, maybe y'all can correct me or educate me in the chat, but I've been hearing this term called 401s or something like that, 401s or 301s or something.
Oh, the 304s.
304s. I've been hearing that, like, oh, they all 304s. Oh, they're all for the streets. I'm like, man, dude, I hate to bust your bubble, man, but 9 out of 10 women ain't like that. It's gonna be that one. Trust me, she's there. The Bible calls her the lady of the night. She's there. Dirty Diana is she exists.
Dirty Diana and Darling Nikki.
Yeah, Dirty Diana, she's there now. Dude, Michael, she likes to wait for the boys and get a one at a time. It's like, oh my gosh. That's why they call it Dirty Diana. Man. Michael's like, not me.
Nope. I'm out of there.
Hey, man, this is completely off topic, man. Instead of like Billie Jean, that song should have been Dirty Diana. Like, who's the father? Who's the father? Who's the father?
Chad, come get this man. Come get him right now.
Why Michael Jackson always got these stories to tell about these groupies? But you ain't never guilty, Michael. Michael ain't never did nothing.
He said the kid was not his son. That's his story. He's sticking to
It's
it.
not my son. So. Dude. But my point is that, fellas, most women are not like that. And I want to, I can't vouch for every single man, but not all men are the way that you think that they are, because I see this constant, like, back and forth. And it seems like it's all on social media for the most part. Like, just people just arguing, like, there's no good men in the world anymore. Mm-hmm. There's no good women in the world anymore. I'm like, well, who told you that?
You just looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, like, who told you that? Like, your favorite podcast told you that, or somebody on social media told you that, or did you experience that, for yourself? Now, I will say, we got some friends, who've been in the dating scene, and they haven't had the best of luck.
Yeah.
We can say that. And I don't know how the dating scene is. I mean, I've been off the show for 20 years, but I do watch, and I see, and, I feel for them, which, I'm sure, like yourself, you met your wife at a really good time, and I feel like God preserved her for you, just like with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, our story's a little different, but, it all comes down to, it all ended up in marriage. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So,
agreed.
But, so to answer that question, folks, like, why men don't want to get married anymore, I think it comes down to just being afraid of commitment and not trusting the person that they're with.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. And, any man that's afraid of commitment is not really worth being with. I mean,
and I feel like we said this in one of our past episodes about the passport bros. I think that's why a lot of men find the mail order brides.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
What Carlos just said. Another thing is that men have to find women to take care of them.
Right. I yes. That's why we have to allow God to bless us with the right person. Too many people playing games and too many pretenders out there. Yes. But then, Mama Express, this goes back to I think what you said, Bearded. Like, there's people out here who are afraid of that, of being alone, having that season of solidarity without being with somebody. I don't know. I don't know why people are afraid of being by themselves. That's when you actually learn about yourself the most.
Yep.
And you can, whatever issues you have, you can deal with. You don't have to bring into a relationship. You can prepare yourself to be in a relationship. I think a lot of people don't even think about that. They don't even prepare themselves to be in an actual relationship. They just say, I just like how she looks. I just like how he looks. Let's hook up. Mm-hmm. That is how relationships start now. Like, there's no, like, courting, so to speak. There's no dating phase. It's kind of just jumping head first into the deep end of the pool, not really knowing what they're swimming in, not knowing the situation that they're getting in, and then realizing a little bit later,
right.
What happened?
I'm in the deep end. I can't swim. Carlos said something earlier I wanted to hit on.
Yeah.
He said, let me scroll back up real quick. Okay. He said, one problem is society has subliminally put in people's minds a lot of things. One is that you are going to find your other half or your perfect half, and that's not true. You need to be a whole person before you find someone to share yourself with. And that's what we're talking about right here. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with being single.
No. We talked
There's
about this a
nothing
year
wrong with
ago.
finding yourself. Yep, we talked about being how being single is a blessing.
Yeah, it's one of our we got a short somewhere on YouTube, I think, and it's got a lot of views, and there is a blessing in singleness. It absolutely is. I think it is easier to be by yourself if you still have a strong friend and family group to support your partner. Not everyone has that. That's a great point right there,
Mm-hmm.
because look, check this out. Like, if, let's just say you don't have I mean, if I didn't have a wife and I didn't have children, but I had, my bros, and
Yeah.
we just, what I'm saying, we chill, we go out, we have fun, we game out, all that different type of stuff. Like, just because you're single doesn't mean you have to be lonely. Like, there's a big difference there. Like, nah, if you lonely, that's your fault.
Yeah.
That's on you. You choose to isolate yourself, which nobody needs to be doing, by the way, because nobody needs to be isolated. Then yeah, you're gonna be miserable. But if you got companions and stuff like that to kind of usher you through your day to day things, and I think that you'll be all right. And I think it helps, because I know there's a lot of ladies out here who are like single, and they've been single for like years. They've been single for years. Like, they hang together, they go out, they do their brunch dates together, and they do
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? They chill,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not really talking about it. Like, I used to train women who were single the entire time that I had been with them, and this was like numerous years, but they always hanging around each other. They don't never talk about men.
Yeah.
Or if they do, they talk about like the standards and stuff that they want, out of the man. I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, good luck. Good luck. But you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Carl said started to learn to cook at 13. Why 13? Because that's when the growth spurt kicked in, and I could see the top of the stove. Lord mercy. Bro, my man said I could see the top of the stove. They put you to work as soon as you could see the eye of the stove.
Hey, yo.
Put this man to work.
That was funny. That is hilarious. But back to M's comment. I mean, he and I'm gonna say we grew up together until we went to separate schools, and then we finally kind of reunited with each other in college. And I mean, our group, we are pretty close. The majority of our group is married, but we still make time for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really great thing. So even if you're not married, even if you're just single, the fact that, like you said, you still have that group of people that you can go to and just chit chat and hang out and relax and talk about life, it definitely helps.
Yes. I remember when I was younger, like this is before I met my wife. And I guess before I met her, it was pretty inconsistent with relationships and stuff like that. I guess you could say, I would, date this person, and then it wouldn't work out, and then just lose my number, and then here we are, single again. And I remember me and my friend, we were like, we had to be about maybe 16, something like that. We were in high school, and I remember sitting in the car. We were like sitting in his mama's car, listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony, right? And he said, "Man, we're gonna be single forever." And it was just the way he said it with so much emotion. He's like, "We're gonna be single forever. We're never gonna find nobody, man." I'm like, I said, dude, you just mad because the girl you want don't want you. You know, I'm the one that always going through the breakups and stuff. So
Yeah.
we just sitting in the car and but my point is that we had each other. And you know, we would chill, sit there like we finna just go to the club. Let's go to the club. So we would go out. You know, that's what we did back then. We would just go out and then have fun and forget about it. You
Yep.
know, but you know, even though we were kids, I mean, that still applies to when you grown. You know, just keeping yourself on the shelf can be a great thing because you'll be ready for whomever does come your way.
That's funny.
Big scuba energy. No. Oh my God.
Is it an inside? This ain't really an inside joke, but it kind of is an inside joke. We have one of our really good buddies that we met in college. He's been single forever.
Uh-huh.
Well, I ain't gonna say he's single forever because he was in some relationships in college, but he's single now. He's been single since we all graduated.
Dude, it be like that sometimes.
It do.
Be like that sometimes, man. I know this guy. This ain't gossiping, folks. It is what it is. This is like 40-something years old and still ain't got no girlfriend and can't seem to. I don't know. It's just something about him. He just can't seem to like maintain the relationship. I don't know, man. But personally, like if I could just have words for him, like you need to work on yourself, man, in a lot of different ways. Like I ain't trying to be weird, funny. You need to lose some weight. You need to do something with your appearance and stuff like that. Like that's important, man. That stuff important. Like I like a pretty woman. Okay, I'm not ashamed to say that. You gotta, man. Look, I gotta have. If I got to be with you forever, you got to at least look good. That's
With
just
and without makeup.
yeah, with and without makeup, man. Come on, you gotta look good. I'm not gonna sit here and look at you, and you, you know, and you can't like, you know, you're not getting my eyes. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't have that problem. You know, I love my wife, and I love looking at her. I always have. In fact, she looks better than she did when we were teenagers. So that maturity took over.
Yeah.
But appearance is important. So some people single because they don't work on themselves, and you got to do things, man. Like get your money up or work out.
Yeah.
Do something. I've seen makeovers like extreme makeovers of like just dudes that's homeless, and then they fixed them up, got them a cut. You would have never known they was homeless. Like,
He was
dang.
CEO or something.
Right, man. A haircut will change your life. I remember them days. Not so much now.
Right.
One day God will bless me with the right man. I'm sure He will. Yes, He will. Yes, He will. You keep being faithful to Him, and keep praying about it. He will.
Yes.
He will. Go to the barbershop, take a good bath, and not right. Right. Yeah, and there's no other way to put it, Carlos. Just be clean.
Other way.
Just be clean. So, I also want to say something else. Marriage may not even necessarily be for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think every single person in the world is gonna be married. You know, and I get it. And if you're a man and you feel like if that's how you feel, I don't want to be married because I don't feel like it's for me. That's another story right there. But I feel like when you're in a relationship and you with a woman who I think all women want to be married, if I'm being honest. I ain't never met a woman who doesn't want to be married. And if she says that, it's probably because the man that she's with has convinced her how it's not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just going along with it. But most women, if not all, do want to be married. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
the marriage, the direction of marriage is determined by the man. You know, that this is why we propose, you know, to them. This is why we choose them. You know what I'm saying? And then everything else that kind of goes along with that. So, but I know the world is changing right now, and I know that, you know, the society we live in is flipping everything upside down. People don't even know what the heck marriage is anymore. They've perverted it with different ideologies that are godless.
Yeah.
And we have that to deal with, and we have the decline of morality to deal with. It's a lot. You know, is it ever going to get better? I don't know.
We can only pray for it.
Yeah, I mean, but one thing I do know is still people get married, man. I still see
Yeah.
it. I still see it. You know, I have not seen a halt in people getting married, which is why I think that a lot of that talk is kind of like in social media world,
Yeah.
you know. So, well, I mean, you got anything else you want to add, man? I mean, I know this one was pretty clear cut, honestly.
The only thing I can really add, you know, is if you are looking for that person, um, you know, we've already said it before, that person that you do want to marry, men, because I am, we technically are talking to you guys.
Right.
You know, again, like we said earlier, you know, find yourself. You know, understand what it feels like to be alone, what it feels to be single. Understand that you have a God that will never forsake you. He is going to lead you down the right path. You know, it says it in Proverbs chapter 3. We all know this verse. You know, trust in the Lord, um, and lean not on your own understanding. You know, if you acknowledge Him, He'll make your path straight. So
Yep.
everything that happens on this earth, everything that happens in your life comes from above.
That's right.
So, you know, every good and perfect gift comes from above. Um, so I guess my advice to the fellas is keep praying about it, keep trusting God. You know, He's gonna send you the right one. You might not see it right then and there, but somewhere along the road, you will see it. You just gotta keep looking and trusting and, you know, working on yourself.
And I think it's a really, really good point. Working on yourself, you know, because I mean, I can't not say this, you know, before we get out of here, is that, you know, being in a relationship, um, and you're not married is called fornication, man. And I know this is like one of those things that people just kind of like when you start talking about that, people plug their ears up and like, okay, it's just gonna go away because you want it to go away. And like, it ain't gonna go away because you want it to go away, man. And you know, you don't want to be doing things that displease God. At the end of the day, you know, if there's one person you don't want married at you, it's Him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care if anybody can be mad at me. I don't care. It's just if it ain't Him, as long as it's not Him, I'm fine. I don't care about nobody else's opinion.
Right.
So, but you know, just doing the right thing, which is, you know, marrying the person that you claim that you care about, that you claim that you love. Again, that is like the ultimate commitment right there, before you and the person that you're with, and before God. And it doesn't get any better than that at the end of the day. And marriage is a beautiful thing, man. Like to choose that one person you get to learn them all over again. You get to have moments with them that you can cherish. And especially if you two are like on the same page, it's just that much fun. But and if you're not, like, I don't know, like maybe you're married and your marriage is kind of rocky right now and you're kind of having some regrets. Go get some therapy or something, man. Like marriage counseling. Try to work it out. For the most part, I get it. There's some things that you just can't get over. But I do believe that a lot of things that people give up on are things that could have been prevented or could have been fought through. But some people just choose not to do it. So, and again, just like you said, if you're single out there, if you're not married, you are considered single. Even if you're in a relationship, you're still single. Like you said, single till you're married. Check that episode out right there. Yeah.
We have been going back to some good episodes, y'all.
Yeah, man. I need to go back and watch them myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I just put a post on Facebook about an hour or so ago of one of me and Crafty's podcasts, because we haven't done one in like 3 months, and I'm like, I actually like, why won't we do it? And honestly, man, it's just a matter of prioritizing. It's not that we don't have anything to talk about, we do.
Yeah.
But it's just like we never think about it. We got so many other things we think about. It just never comes to mind until you see something that reminds you of it.
Mm-hmm.
And one day we're just gonna put it on the schedule and just do it. So, clear communication is a must for a good, healthy. Yes, it is. Yes. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, that's, man. Communication, like, I feel like there's like pillars to marriage. Like there's like certain pillars that hold it up. And I think that communication is one of them. I think that quality time is one of them. Mm-hmm. And just humility and the consideration of the feelings is one of them, of your spouse. Intimacy. Yeah. There's some pillars. But I honestly think communication is probably the biggest pillar. Some people might feel different, but to me it is. Without proper communication, man, you don't really have like a steady foundation. It's always gonna be rocky. There's always gonna be assumptions. It's always gonna be doubts. It's always gonna be like nothing's gonna be sure. Mm-hmm. Everything's kind of spontaneous and spur of the moment, which ain't good either.
Yeah,
that's not how you want to run a marriage. As KMR said, I still filed single on my taxes. Look, man, hey, that's what it is right there. That's what it is right there. Seriously, man. If you ain't married, you got to. You got to, man. Hey, there was a situation. Something happened. 2 people were in a relationship. Somebody told me about this, and I guess one of them, like the man, had some assets or something like that, and passed away, and those assets went to his mom and his like family.
Oh yeah.
And not her. She like, what the heck? I'm like, you ain't his wife.
Yeah.
You can't have this stuff. This is why you want to get married, so you don't have to worry about that type of stuff.
Yep. Trust, love, faith in God, willingness to improve when needed, compromise, to name some of the strong foundations of marriage. Whew. Didn't we have a topic on this?
What was it?
Talking about the foundations of marriage.
I want to say we did.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I want to say we did. Let's get our YouTube in the chat. Do we have a link? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It's in the chat.
Yeah, I got it on a timer.
Okay, so for those of you who are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and go to our YouTube channel And you can go back and watch some previous episodes that we've talked about a lot of what y'all are mentioning here tonight. Just go to the live tab and, you'll be able to see them there. I missed that one, and then this is my first time catching y'all. Okay, yeah. Well, we're glad that you caught us. For the most part, we do this every Wednesday at the same time. It's about 7:00 p.m. We're trying to make that the time. It's been working for us, so we're just, since it works, we're gonna stick to it. But I think that's gonna do it for tonight, man. I mean, I don't really have nothing else. I think we did a darn good job at breaking this up.
Bang up job.
Hey. So, is there you got any plugs or anything that you're doing on your own personal channel that you want to drop?
Well, we're still doing the Bearded Spooktacular. I'm trying to finish up Madison VR. If OBS will act right. Because OBS crashed on me. Yeah, OBS crashed on me like 4 times last night, and I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna get it. So I'm trying to finish that up and then get into some other games, but I am actually getting ready to get everything set up for next month. So if you guys have never been to my channel and you're new, I mentioned earlier that I do a lot of charity work with Breakthrough T1D because I am type 1 diabetic myself. And next month we'll be celebrating National Diabetes Awareness Month. So I have a charity coming up for that. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the shameless plug. There will be a lot of bugs involved.
Oh no.
There's gonna be a lot of bugs involved because it seemed like it was the most popular thing on the list. Nobody cared for the Bean Boozles. Nobody cared for the baby food. They only care about the bugs.
That's interesting because when I had the beans, they just abused it. They abused it.
But I'm getting everything set up as far as like schedules and things of that nature. So just be on the lookout on social media. We're still gonna be doing the podcast throughout next month as well. So we're never gonna the charity won't take precedence over on Wednesdays. I'll put it that way.
Right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Say we keep disappearing.
Sorry, I'm up here trying to do something, man. We flickering over here like some light that need to be changed.
That is funny.
It's funny you said OBS was giving you problems. I mean, I haven't dropped a single frame tonight. So did you update it or something?
Well, the first 2 times that it crashed on me, I was like, I wonder if there's an update because I never got a notification on it. And there happened to be an update, and I updated it, and then it still crashed. So I was supposed to do a test stream today, but work kind of ran over into lunch. So I was like, yeah, we'll do it another time.
Okay. I don't really have any plugs right now. I'm not really too active for the most part. My life it just consists of kids and more kids and work and all that good stuff. I'm trying really hard to factor in a pop-up stream here and there whenever I'm able. No promises, but I think that, probably at some point. I'm thinking around the holidays, that's probably going to be my sweet spot because a lot of people are going to be busy and traveling and stuff like that. And I have more breaks, like more off time. So we're trying to figure out who we're going to dress up as for trunk or treat. So I think I'm going to be a ninja, man. My son wants to be a ninja. He wants me to be one with him. So I'm like, all right. I like ninjas, so
yeah.
I can do that though. So, but
I might pull one of the cosplays out of the box here.
right, right. So yeah, no plugs over this way. If y'all want to still follow the channel, you know the name is right there in the chat. Just keep those notifications on. I try to update people in on X whenever I'm on there or Discord whenever I do have a chance to stream. That's probably where you'll hear it first. So,
Yeah.
but that's gonna do it for us. Both of y'all were disappearing at the same time. Oh, it's my fault. I just was clicking off of the Discord. You can't click off of Discord at all, apparently. So I was trying to do something, but it ain't work. It didn't.
It didn't work.
It didn't work, man.
So, chat, we actually found out, even though we are not affiliates, we should still be able to raid somebody.
Yes. So I'm actually, man, they changed up so much.
I'm looking to. I see a couple people.
Damn, man, what the heck? All right, so I'm trying to.
I wonder if there's anybody in GMB that's live. Let me go look. I know Bearded Baritone's live. I know he's live.
Let me see.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, I didn't know we could. I didn't know we could raid.
I did not, because we haven't hit affiliate yet, chat. So we were like, I don't know if we can raid yet. And then I just
Right.
happened to look, and I was like, well, maybe we can raid. So
Man, I don't mess with Twitch like that, and it's just, man, it's changing so much. I need to get familiar with this again. They add so much. I just completely underuse like the like the creator dashboard when there's so much here
yeah.
that you can do.
Uh,
If you see anybody, let me know.
Let's see. Rain is live playing a scary game.
I saw that. I don't think we following him. Let me see. Rain plays games, right?
Yeah. With a Z. Games with a Z.
I found him. Let's go ahead and give this to him. Rain is OG. This ain't it ain't gonna be nothing like what y'all are looking at now. He's playing horror games. That's what he does. He's a cool guy. But no, I've known him for a long time. We've known him for a long time. Just some real good vibes over that way. But let's go ahead and raid out to him. And
I don't know how to use most of the stuff for streaming either so much. Hey, that's what we here for, Big Mama. We got you.
right.
We got
Man,
you.
we appreciate you for pulling up on us too, man. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna get this. What? It says we're unable to raid. Rain plays
really?
games at this time. Why?
Oh, maybe we can't raid.
Well, why is the option here then? Man, Twitch, we can't raid. We can't raid. We can't do it.
That is crazy. Let me see something real quick. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Oh, that is crazy. Start. Yep. So we got to be affiliate before we can do it.
Aw. Okay. Well, we tried. We tried. We did. So
I'm gonna say we could sneak raid them.
you want to do that?
Yeah, hold on. So I'm gonna put his link in the chat, guys, and
Yeah, I'll just go ahead. Yeah.
and then y'all just go over there, tell them we sent you.
No, I don't think raids are blocked, Big Mom. I think it's just that you have to have affiliate status to be able to raid, and we're not affiliates, so not yet.
Oh, well, thanks, D Wade. I appreciate that. I forgot he was following them. He beat me to it.
Okay.
But there's his link. Y'all go ahead, jump over there. Tell them we sent you. We'll be in there with you. So, but other than that, guys, thank y'all so much for being here.
Yep. Y'all have an amazing evening. We will be back next week. Same time, same channel. And y'all have a blessed rest of one. Peace.
There's only one way to make the impossible possible, and that's with a little bit of cheating.